So I'm really doing it. I'm really doing it. Hold on, let me go get it. I really hope my table can hold this. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, really. This is pretty much like all of my sketchbooks from a long time ago. These, probably like fucking 2019 is the most recent one in that box. Like this one was my most recent. This was my most recent. I think a little bit over a year old, barely. Finished this a couple of months ago, and right here is my newest sketchbook. But I think the newest one in that box, like I said again, 2019. Holy crap. Right, so there's nothing to do but to do it. This is 2020 right here. Yeah, this is actually when I had my stationery phase. This is when I used actual like moleskin style journals with, can I go in? The dots instead of lines. I really like dots instead of lines. I don't know why. I feel like lines were more intrusive on my art, but I still like to write in my sketchbooks. So, yeah, there it is. This is just a bunch of fucking crap. Just a bunch of scribbles and scraps. Is there anything in that secret box? Oh. Oh no. I think that's like a poem or something. I don't even want to read that. I'm trying to keep my sanity. Okay, this is an actual like little scrap of paper. Okay, that's incredible. It's when I used to watch Bleach. Here is one of my artists I took a lot of inspiration was from Trevor Henderson. I don't know if you know. He's the guy that made the classic cursed images back in like 2020 and shit like that. There's a parody of the Death Grips black paint. That was another artist I was all over back then. I fucking love Death Grips, man. Still do. There's a little cat. Oh, yeah, speaking of Death Grips right there. It's my hand style. I think I lived deeper in the city, so I was a little graffiti rat. Some lip practice. It took me fucking 5 years to draw lips good. 5 fucking years. Look at these. These like Princess Peach lips. That's all I could manage for like the longest time, was just like these like pouty, little, small, instead of like full and natural lips. And then eyeballs. It's not a sketchbook without disembodied facial features. You ever open a sketchbook and you don't see an eyeball? That's not real. That's fake. It's a fake. Fake news. Here's a drawing of me. Oh, this is for sure 2020, because this is when I buzzed all my hair off. And then here's a very bad drawing of tits. Look at that. Literally almost above the armpit, pretty much. Which is sort of impossible. You can't even see the shoulder. Oh, that's cute. It's a little frog hoodie. There's a lot of boy ass in this. There's a guy. There's a guy again, and then there's one girl. So far the ratio is looking okay. Maybe I'm actually not. I'm inclusive right now. I'm being so inclusive right now. Here's a drawing of Death Grips. Again, I'm telling you, I fucking love Death Grips. And then here's a little joke. What cake? And then that's gore. That's gore of my comfort character. What the fuck? That's him getting cut open. Very cool. Well, this is fun. Look, come on, this is fun. I think this is probably my favorite page from the sketchbook. Or favorite spread, a whole spread. Yeah, I get lucky if there's a good page, but this is like a good spread. This is really charming. This is actually so cute. Oh, that's kind of cute. Is an Enderman Ender Woman, I guess. It's funny though, because she's like lifting up her shirt, but it's 2 Ender Pearls in there. That's funny. What the fuck? Oh, those are Wild Spartans. It's this YouTuber I still watch. Wild Spartans. As Doug Dimmadome, the fucking 3,500 gallon hat right there. Oh, that's a cute. Oh shit, is that Chuck E. Cheese with his ass up? Oh my god. This is actually like a super cute character I want to bring back. It's just this rat centipede. It's from a photo of like a really fucked up taxidermy where they made a centipede out of rats. But this is. I really miss that. Here is a new era. Look at that. Dang. This looks. I really like this. Like I said, I did all the coloring with highlighters. There's a bunch of scraps all over the page. It's cute. It's like a collage style. I really like that. Miku! Oh my goodness. Hatsune Miku! Oh, this is another cool spread. Scrapbook. I really wanted that. I really wanted that look. Oh, a little isopod. And Zach Hill. The same drawing from earlier. What was my deal? What was my deal with the drawing? Whoa. This is like super detailed for no reason. I don't know if you can see that. Why the fuck? Why was I so sweaty about this? But you can see I got better. This is like the end of the sketchbook right here. Look how much better I got at this. Just from one sketchbook. And considering it's only going to get worse from here, I don't even know. I don't know what to say. This is 2019. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Jimmy here. Why did I draw Jimmy here? Why does he look like that? This is very sparse. Oh, never mind. There we go. This is a cool character. I think this was someone else's character that I drew. Oh, look at that side profile. Oh my god. Holy chin. It's Batman. You can see a lot of... Okay. This is a literal rectangle. If you look at a human head from the side, it is a rectangle, but not in this way. It's longer. The head is pretty long if you think about it. From the tip of your nose to the back of your head, it's pretty wide. And there is still so much more distance from the ear to the eye. The nose is not protruding at all. There's no eye cavity. The jaw does not go down this far and then into your jaw line. Yeah, I could like red pin this whole fucking drawing, like point at this, circle that. That's not it. But I'm doing it at least. I'm fucking doing it. Here's the jellyfish from Super Fast Jellyfish. Super Fast? Is this Super Fast? By the Gorillas. Also another huge inspiration to me was Gorillas. You could see how I still do this to this day. I just like start everything as a mannequin, essentially, where the joints... No, I don't really draw the joints anymore. I don't know. I used to... That's where the shoulders would be. That's why I draw those circles. But those are the hips. That's the rib cage. There's the abdomen, or the guts, and the legs, and the head. All rendered horribly. With the context of studying, this should be way longer. Hips should, depending on the gender, of course, but still not really. Hips should be smaller, and the legs, pelvis, should also be longer too. The head shape, horrid. I don't know why I took like the anime style of head shape where the chin is just super sharp. Realistically, your chin is about as wide as your mouth, so the mouth would have to be really small for it to go down to a point. So overall, could be better. There's an ass though, make everything a little bit better. Death grips again. Actually, I really like this one. Very cool. There's 2D from Gorillas. I don't know why he looks like that. I hope this is on purpose. I think it is on purpose. Oh no, I was just drawing my favorite artist horribly. Don't judge me for this, but Oliver Tree. I still listen to Oliver Tree. Not his new stuff, but when he first came out on the scene. He was a really cool character to watch, especially on the H3 podcast. Does anyone remember that? When he would go on the H3 podcast and like curse out Ethan? Do you remember when H3 was actually entertaining? Jack Stauber. I miss you, Jack Stauber. Very much. God damn it. Call me Carson. I guess I wasn't just doing artists, just call me Carson. Tyler 1 with the dent. I'm very glad I included that. Belle Delphine. This is for sure 2019. And here's, oh fuck, what's his name? Oh, George of the Jungle. What are you doing this Sunday? I love that, bro. I love that so much. Mac DeMarco. That's H3. Look at that. It's all connecting. There's Ela, Ethan. There's the fucking Ethan Bradbury, bro.
Ethan Bradbury?
The regular schmegula. That's how you know this shit is old. This H3 podcast from when Ethan Bradbury was still a fucking character. The Chats. I really like the Chats. Good band. Good Australian folks. It's still not as good as the Wiggles, though. Still not as good as the Wiggles. Tell me when the Chats release something good as Big Red Car. Some cool That's, oh wow. That is. You can see what I was good at drawing. Fucking aliens, because aliens don't need anatomy. They just need fucking big heads. You can see why I just drew shit like this, because it's the only thing that looked good. I didn't have to render accurate anatomy. They're just creatures. Like, look at, does Patrick need an accurate torso? No, fuck no, he doesn't. What the fuck is that? And I think this is the end of it. Oh, here's a band logo I drew. An actual band, I think. Sludge Maggot. I think I rendered this digitally. This is just a sketch. And I think their demo tape is still up on YouTube.
What are you going to do with those pies, boys?
I'll see if I can find it after this. But this is like the first band logo I ever drew. I'm now obsessed with drawing band logos. Good to see that I started out just because someone requested it from me. I don't, oh fuck, oh, I just fucked it up. This is why I don't like ring binders, man. Because you like leave them somewhere and they get all bent out of shape and they're not okay to open anymore. I think I might have gone out of order because I think this is more newer, but you know, I'm not really worried about staying in order. We're just trying to, just getting through these, honestly. Oh god. Yep, I'm still on my creature game to a even more intense degree. I don't know if I'm gonna have much to say about this. I think I'm just gonna have to. Oh my god, this is so empty. What the fuck? I left like this much. Later than normal. There's another band logo. This is really good. I really like this one. That's like Ratfink almost. Shout out Ratfink fans. There's H3 again. There's another creature. That's really good. Surprised I haven't gotten back into drawing creatures much more. Oh, this is really good actually. Like, I don't think I could draw something like this right now. That's really fucking good, man. I really like this era of when I was drawing, because I was just throwing so much shit at the wall that like eventually something stuck, and it stuck well. No wonder why it took me so long to understand anatomy so well. My basis of anatomy was so weak. Oh, dude, I actually have this on a hoodie. like with fabric paints and everything. I really like this design. I might even bring this back. This looks like a fetus of a goat or something. Like, this was a really cool design. Honestly, it's more often than not that I look through my old art for inspiration again. Like this, that's fucking sick, dude. Take note that I was very unstable at this time of my life. Like, I really hated everything and everyone. I was not a very happy person during this, so that's why I look at it like, I wish I could create like I did when blank and blank, but I really don't think I'd want to go back to that time of my life. It was just a lot of school and a lot of things that went unchecked with my mental health. As you can tell, a lot of things that, this is more of a joke than anything, but a lot of things that went unchecked with my mental health up until that point. This was high school already, and there was just a lot of things that I didn't think about until they were facing me directly, and I had to deal with them, and that was me dealing with it. I'm better off right now, and this was just like a very ugly transition point. If you're like a teenager right now and you think everything fucking sucks, you're just in a transition point. I felt the exact same way. I thought it was going to stay like this forever. I was going to hate as much as I did for the rest of my life. I was going to be in despair for as much as I was for the rest of my life. But it's just a transition point where, you know, a lot of your issues that you don't question because you're like a kid still really face you directly. And just looking at that, I can see that happening with myself just through these little silly drawings. What the fuck is, oh my gosh, what the what the hell is this? Oh my god. Here's another one with Jesus and the Lamb of God. 2018. What the can you see that? Is that how disgusting my old house was? 2018. And I never finished it because it is too thick. I think that's one of my red flags, is that if I get a sketchbook that's like too thick, it's like I was overestimating and I shouldn't do this, and I don't finish it. And that's why I don't use thick sketchbooks anymore. This is 2018. Oh god, oh god. Oh no, this is when this was funny? Oh, I'm gonna get the most. Oh god, this is like, oh god. I'm really in it. I'm really in it right now. There's Death Grips again. Oh god, this is when the Hago face was still funny. Is that, am I saying that right? Yeah, you know, that disgusting hoodie that the smelly kid wears. That type of face. And Shad, ew, ew. This is when Shadman was still like okay to talk about. I'm very ashamed of that. I will say and admit that. Ew. I still can't believe how many people got away with associating with Shadman, let alone creating content with him. God damn, that was a bad time, man. That was a horrid time. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, this is cute. This is cute. I have a lot of nostalgia for this type. This is actually kind of cool too. This looks like a debut album for, like, I don't know, some artist that has like a life-changing album. He releases it and then like never releases again. This is cute. I like this. That's very cute. I like when I drew like big eyes that stuck out of the side. That's really cute. Here's the gorillas with I'm telling you, man, a lot of beginner artists just don't know how to draw fat people, bro. I swear. The moment you learn that is when you actually become a very versatile artist. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that. I will tell you the truth right now. Learn how to draw fat people and you will become so much more of a versatile artist, because look at this. Can you even tell who's who? That's 2D, and then there's Russell. Are you for serious right now? 2D's just as fat as Russell, almost. Murdoch is Murdoch, but that's okay. But look at that, 2D and Russell are almost the fucking same, so they probably have like the same BMI. Oh god. Really, the Owo face? Really? Lord have mercy on my soul. 2018. Get a load of that. Hey, this is pre-Death Grips. This is how fucking old this is. That's 2D from Gorillaz. I think the Gorillaz was like one of the first, like, quote-unquote art groups, art bands that I listened to. So this was like pre-Death Grips. There's not a sight of anything in here. Now we're finally over like the bell curve of like kind of technically good, but it's still really cringy and not very dynamic and not very good at all. And then we just curve back down into like super simple and really charming, honestly, because that's how a lot of these are to me. Oh, look at that. I used to doodle like this full pages. I really want to challenge myself to do this again, to draw like this again, because that was like some of the most fun time I would have. I would turn on the H3 podcast and I would just fill a page like this, fucking wall to wall. I can't even fill a sketchbook page today, like nowadays. And to take in consideration I have the patience and the creative ability to just fill a page like this. This is incredible. I was so creative, man. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm more technically skilled. I'm still creative and all. I need to get back in that, man. But you could clearly see where I went from like embarrassed by all of this to just like, this is cute. This is all so cute. Aww. I don't know who the fuck that is, but that's Jack Stauber. It's just really nice to see all the artists that I listen to consistently and I've listened to for like the whole time I've been drawing. Here's probably some of my first anatomy studies. There it is. You gotta start early. I'm telling you, if you want to be like this, you gotta start. If you want to keep up, you're gonna have to start 2018, or what's that, like, too long. You're gonna have to start right now. If you're not starting, start right now. What? Okay, never mind. I did listen to Death Grips still. 2018? I couldn't listen to Death Grips in 2018. Look at that. That's the Money Store album cover. I really recommend that album. Aww. And there you can see it again. It's even more primitive than before. This is like sticks and balls to draw these characters, because all my characters had just a straight up circle, and sticks and balls as their joints. This sketchbook's really that short. Some cute drawings. Here's some more furry stuff. Is that the fucking Kanye bear? Oh, that's funny. There's that. That's 2018 right there. 2018. Even earlier than that. God damn. I was really good, dude. I got 2 sketchbooks in 1 year. I think I did that too, but I think that goes to show, dude, I was really on that. I was on that, bro. I was on that ball. I was hungry. I was hungry, bro. It's like when people say Eminem was, or like a certain rapper was good before they got signed or some bullshit like that. Look at that. I was on that shit since day one, bro. These stick figures will help you practice posture and anatomy. Yeah. That's for me. Dude, I was telling you this I was telling you people in 2018. I've been on this shit since 2018. You need to practice your anatomy, slime. I've been on this since 2018, bro. That's actually it actually is kind of embarrassing considering the fact that I was practicing anatomy in 2018, and even by 2020 I still didn't have it down. Oh god, I guess I wasn't studying right. I guess I wasn't on that ball, actually. I take that back. I guess I was fucking around or something. I think it's actually just because I didn't set aside time for studying versus drawing. I was just drawing. Which there's nothing wrong with just drawing if you're okay with just drawing. But, of course, the thing that's going to help you improve faster is studying, so you always have to have the time for studying and have a time for drawing. Look at these. This is my dot eyes. Okay. Time to admit something. I watch too much storytime YouTubers. I watch storytime YouTubers. I think that's enough to, like, indict me on that, bro. I watch storytime YouTubers. God damn. Bro. That is, like, massively impressive. Like, actually, this is so cool. The size of my hand, and it's a full page. There's like very small gaps, but they are so close to each other that it's just, God, that's really cool. If this were to get fully inked and colored, that would be really fucking cool. Oh my gosh, here is my thank you post for 100 followers on Instagram. It's incredible, with all my original characters. Like, bro, look at this. Like, this is easily like one of those Facebook posts where it's like, my little artist, my little artist, and it has like 3 likes, all from relatives. Like, look at this, my little artist. My boy is so creative. And that's the end of that one. 2018, man. We're going all the way back to 2017, bro. That's like so wild to think about. I think from here on out it's these school related sketchbooks. God, this is fucking ravaged. This has seen hell. I could look at my old school assignments, actually. I did not like art class. I know, so I can surprise. What, you didn't like art class? I thought that'd be like your favorite class. I got a 60 in this. Can you believe? I really hated all my art classes. Oh my god. Oh lord. I can see what I was trying to do here. I can see the method. I can see the method. At the same time I don't see the method, and this looks like shit. I don't know what that is. I think it's, what the fuck? My hand is the same what the fuck? I haven't grown an inch. What the fuck? This was middle school. I stopped growing and... Are you serious? No, that's fucking me up really bad. What the fuck? Dude. Do I have like a disease or something? I stopped growing in middle school? Alright. I thought my hand would be at least like a little bit bigger or something. That's totally okay. It's an unfinished project. Like I'm telling you, man, I did not like art class. This is probably the most phoned in sketchbook I have. I think all of my sketchbooks from art class are super phoned in. Cause like, look at this. Oh god. They're so phoned in. They're just like drawing something for this assignment so it's finished and I can actually draw what I want in art class. This is a still life study. It's horrible. It sucks. I can even confidently say I wasn't trying. That's why I'm okay with like absolutely trashing this sketchbook. That's not bad, but that's why I'm like, it's sans. That's why I don't feel horrible when I absolutely trash this sketchbook for how fucking bad it is, because I knew I was just phoning it in. I think this is another art class sketchbook. Certainly, yes. Oh lord, we're going back another one. Was this 7th grade? 2018. This is 6th grade. Oh my gosh. 6th grade. I'll never forget when it really felt like middle school when a teacher yelled at me and I cried on the bus and nobody said anything or like asked about it. And I was like, oh, this is really this is really it right here. Look at that, that's so cool. But yeah, I remember a teacher yelled at me about something and I was crying on the bus and everyone looked at me weird. And I remember in grade school, if you cried, they would like, I don't know, at least acknowledge it or something. Or a teacher would ask you if you're okay or anything. But no, I was crying on the bus and nobody sat with me. Oh my god. I think I know why no one sat with me. Because I was a fucking Drama Alert fan. Look at that. Oh my god, that's beautiful. What is this beautiful art blessing my eyes right here? A bottle of bleach with the worst shading I've seen in my years. Where is that even? Where is that even? It looked like a piece of paper. Oh my god. Holy moly, look at that. Now this is what I want to see. That is me in 6th grade. If you want to know what I look like in 6th grade. Dang, that's what I look like in 6th grade, down to the fucking T. With that hair, that fucking peanut butter gamer hair, and that fucking beautiful mug. Look at that beautiful mug on that fucker. Look at that brow, perfect nose. This is perfect. No Facetune. This was the original Facetune right there. I think I remember this. This is me and my mom. Oh, that's cute. That's gonna make me cry, bro. That's my mom. We were at a hotel, and we were at the little restaurant that's in the hotel. And she was like, "You should draw something." I was like, "Okay." And then I just drew both of us, and the waitress saw it. I showed it off to the waitress and everything. That's really cute. Oh, it's like gonna make me emotional, bro. Don't even. God dang, these are so... And these are just incredible to see. Just full pages. I still like... I just came up with random shit on the dot and just made a space for it. And now we're getting into the composition notebooks, bro. The compositions, shit's just never ending, bro. I told you it was a goddamn box. Look at that. These are ancient. Now, I think the most recent one is actually from 2018, so we're gonna have a bit of a refresher on my skill at the time. There we go. Gorillas and Jack Stauber, they're back. I didn't even use this one much at all because I think I had an actual sketchbook by now. And I was just treating this as the one I used at school for some reason. Yeah, I think this was freshman year. So I think it felt kind of like really limiting for what I was thinking. My art at the time, it felt really limiting to draw in a composition. So I think at that time I transitioned into an actual sketchbook, just because I felt like it was appropriate. I had been drawing in composition books since like 6th grade, and I had become so much of a better artist that this needed to be in a sketchbook. I really don't know if I really don't know if I would still. So this was one of the last ones. I think you could really see that I didn't really like using this, considering how sparse the drawings are. These are still really good though. I really like these. None of these are barely pencil sketches. They're not even inked or anything. I don't think I really liked using this. And I think the end is already like 2 pages. These two are 6th and 7th grade, I believe. Look at that. A little skateboarding dude. I've been skateboarding for skateboarding has been a part of my life for like a minute now. It was because of my sister. My sister really liked skateboarding for some reason. I don't know why. It was really cool to me though. Because, that was my sister. It was a girl skateboarding. That's probably what made it the coolest bit. My sister was a badass, bro. See, I listened to Lil Wayne and everything. This is back when I still made comics, dude. Oh, that's so cool. That's how I know it's old, is if I still made little comic books. That was my dream, was to be a strip comic artist or a comic book artist, graphic novel artist, because those are my favorite books to get from the library. Was all the graphic novels, because I just loved looking at the art. I didn't really care for books because I had to read books in school, because that's like the thing in English classes. You read a book, you do whatever. But there wasn't really a class that like had you analyzed art or anything. You looked at oh lord. There wasn't a class that like where you get to read graphic novels, so it was really cool to just look at all that art and hope to be as good as the artists in those novels. One I liked a lot was, of course I fucking loved it a lot, it was so dumb, Captain Underpants. Who didn't fucking love Captain Underpants, bro? That was a major inspiration to me, due to the two kids in the book. They fucking wrote the comics themselves. It wasn't like a graphic novel that was a graphic novel. It was a book about making comics. It was a comic about making comics. So you could see how that was a massive inspiration to me. That, doing that, just massive inspiration. That's all I can say. Shout out Dan Pickley. Dan Pickley, you've done so much for me, bro, to keep me as active as I am. Look at that. That's heavenly. Yeah, that was probably my favorite thing to do, was just read comics. Because that was before, before social media, before I discovered social media at least, and that was my main means of digesting art. Before that, it was just graphic novels, because that's all that was at my library, and, of course I watched cartoons also, but to see really skilled artists was through graphic novels. I'm just really glad I was able to like sustain myself to keep this up. Because I would really feel bad if I was like looking at all this and I'm like, man, I don't even draw anymore. I don't even draw anymore. But I don't even know if I was, if I was drawing this and I was like thinking, I hope I'm doing this from like 10 years from now or like fucking 30 whatever years. Now that's what I'm actively thinking about, is that I just want to keep this up for like the rest of my fucking life. And I can't imagine if what I'm drawing right now I'm gonna look at in like 10 years and I'm gonna be like, I haven't drawn in like years now. This is just something I want to do my whole life because it's all I've known my whole life, and it's what I want to keep on doing, and it's what's made me so proud of myself, and it's kept me sane, and it's done a lot for me. This is, I don't want to end this on a sad sounding note, but I feel like it might, because it's just like, man, it is, I haven't really looked through all of them like that. I keep them all, of course, because, like, oh, that's a phone number. I keep them all, of course, just because, like, why would I ever want to throw this away? That's like, I don't even know, man. But I think I'm going to have to end it here on this sketchbook. That's pretty much all of them, I think, other than ones that are just full of scraps and crap and garbage. 2019, almost 10 years right here of drawing. 10 fucking years, bro, that's crazy. Never stop. If you're starting, keep going. If you never started, do it right now. Thank you.